Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. It is so hot today. I know I say that every day. It's very hot today. Um, what am I doing? Oh wow, there's two of you already in here. That was fast. How's everyone doing? I need to make something to eat, but I don't even know what I want to make. I feel like this is the story of my life. I was thinking about making something different. I always make rice. I usually always make rice. But maybe I can get away with making potatoes this time. Just feel like I'm gonna have some complaints. Some complaints if I make potatoes. I might make them anyways. So, and I have a headache. So the fact that I have a headache is just making me want to be as low as possible. Oh, okay, I know what that is. That's smart of me. Um, hmm. Well, now I'm not sure what I want to do. I think I need to decide that. Maybe I will. I think I'll make just a little bit of rice, just in case my husband really doesn't want to try my potatoes. Because I really don't feel like having rice today. Where's a little. Here, I'll put this back on. This is part of the rice cooker. Thank you. I had a blazer on over it at work. To prevent myself from searching for outfits the day I'm about to go to work, I always like lay out my outfit the night before. And yesterday, I was in a rush, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna grab something. I had my blazer's like oversized, and one of the guys was like, "What's up? What's with the boxy coat?" But I can't be bothered with that because I didn't wear sweats for it. All right, it's Chips. What's up? I would stay and chat, but I have a new book to read. Ah, okay. Let me know how the book is. We gotta talk books more. I gotta finish The Cruel Prince since you said it was decent. I had it on hold for the longest time. Like TikTok and like BookTube have both sworn that it's a good book, but so far I'm just like eh. Maybe I have to give like because I've only listened to like the first chapter or so, and I just thought it was like so far. Um, I am pretty good, but I have a headache today. How about you? Book talk took you into the cool fans. Book talk and booktube got me into Six of Crows, and then I put my coworker onto it, and then after talking about it with him, then I realized there's a whole series that I haven't read. I have like the book after Six of Crows on hold. But I have to make like compile like a list of books before I like make like a whole book recommendation because I don't want to forget anything. I've said I'm gonna do that before, like make a book list, like a reading list, but I haven't done it. So maybe that's something I need to get around to. Sophie said I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about how your day went? Should I be concerned? I'm just making a little bit of rice today because I honestly don't really want rice. Just making other stuff, but I feel like my husband is not going to feel like his meal is complete without rice, so. Hamsters. Okay. Well, I hope you feel better. I got a cactus, and my husband gave it to me, and I've named my cactus. Can you guess what I named my cactus? It has a name. And so far, everybody that I've told about the name of my cactus has laughed at me. So if you want to guess what I named my cactus, please go for it. What am I making? Well, I think I'm gonna make some green beans, some butter green beans, and maybe like I don't know, some mashed potatoes or something. I don't know if I'm gonna mash them or bake them, but I want potatoes. I really like potatoes. Max, what's up? Welcome to the party. I'm glad you guys are here because if it wasn't for you guys, I know. If it wasn't for you guys, I think I would just be like, you know what? Today is going to be a pizza day. I'm just going to lie down and not do anything. But I still have a second Thailand video to edit. And I can tell you right now, if I give up and lay down, I'm not going to get anything else done. So you got to stick to the routine. Even though today it's a little painful. If I felt like absolutely really, really sick, you heading out, Sophie? See you later. Feel better. Can't give up? Definitely not. I don't know why these potatoes are giant. Loki is rooting for you. Loki is actually across the room, making very awkward eye contact because he's on his cat hammock. I feel like these are unnaturally large potatoes. And this one's kind of sketchy looking. But, like I said, I decided I wanted potatoes. Potatoes and green beans. It's been so hot lately that like half of my plants died. But so far, right now. I still have my mint plant, and I have something else. It's another herb, and I don't remember what it is. They're basketball-sized potatoes. I think maybe I only need 2 because they're huge. Let me move the stream. I don't know why they're like this. Some giant potatoes. To be completely honest, like lately, for the most part, I've had like some sort of like interesting story of the day. And like really not that much super interesting happened. Like rush hour traffic was not fun today. There's a lot of people not using the blinkers. It was not like super exciting. And I think that's like the most standout thing that happened today. You're gonna be fair for sure. If I could get those to grow in the backyard, that would be fantastic. That would be better than the Costco sized rice I had. I need to go back to Costco. But and green beans. Costco here in Japan is like an adventure, and like to me, not always a fun one. Because it's so crowded and like everybody's trying to get like the latest deal. And it stresses me out. Sometimes it's so crowded at Costco here that I end up like hiding my cart of groceries someplace and then going to like whatever thing that I want without my cart, just so that I can fit through the crowd to get what I need. Like it's that bad. I feel like Costco in the US is crowded, but not like that. Not like the way Costco here is. Costco in Japan is like Black Friday in the US. If you know, you know. And to me, like that's not what I want to do. But sometimes, every once in a while, the deals start to feel worth it. So then I just go. The rush hour traffic was bad. And actually, there's a spot that's along my route, and the police here have like a like lookout point where they just like wait to catch people lacking. And they're like almost always out there. I have some leftovers. I do have some leftovers. I have a little bit of tofu left over, which I'm not gonna throw out. But yeah, the other day, one of the police officers, like at the like speed trap area or whatever it is, because it's not just speeding. Like they like stay outside and like watch for people that are like they're literally on the sidewalk and street corner waiting for people to like do something wrong. So if you speed, they'll catch you for that. Or like the area over there, you're not supposed to change lanes, but sometimes people get confused and they end up being in the wrong lane because the part of the road over there splits off. So they wait for people to like illegally cross the lanes, and they pull people over for that too. And the other day, one of the police officers jumped directly in front of somebody's car to get them to stop. Like just him and his body just jumped like he was Superman or something. And I was like driving past, so like he's like jumped out in the street, and I can see him in the rearview window, like standing in the road. And I'm like, dude, I don't think there's any job that could pay me enough where I'm gonna want to jump in front of somebody's car to stop the traffic. Like That's too much enthusiasm for me. But the person stopped. The officer was safe, so like nothing happened to him or anything. But this man jumped in front of the moving car. Mm-mm. Nope, not for me. Just cleaning this. Whoa. I'm just cleaning this pot so I can make some vegan chicken. I couldn't believe he did it, to be completely honest. But I feel like in Japan, the police here are like, I'm comparing to the States now, but I feel like the police here are like kind of chill. Like, I feel like they're very corporate. Like, they're very, like, sir, ma'am, did you know why I stopped you? Like, I don't know. They're just, I've never been pulled over in Japan though. Because here, like, I tend to drive pretty carefully. In the States though, like the last time I got pulled over in the US, it wasn't like a crazy experience either though, to be fair. The last time I got pulled over in general was in Texas. And I got pulled over because I forgot to turn on my lights. Because when I was in the States, the car that I had, the lights didn't turn on automatically. So like some cars, like when you start the car, it like automatically turns on like the headlights or the running lights or whatever. But my car, the lights didn't come on automatically. You had to like switch them on. And I had forgotten to switch the lights on. So then the officer was like, "Hey, please turn on your lights. It's getting dark and I want you to be safe." And that was really all he wanted. I don't even think he asked for my information. Maybe he did, but it was really fast. He just wanted to make sure I had my lights on. So, yep. I'm losing green beans. They're gonna go in the oven thingy. As soon as I said oven thingy, that reminded me that I would like to put black pepper on these. And I don't have the grinder thing. W top sometimes. Yep. Yep. There's like an Instagram page. Like, to me, since being in Japan, like I really don't be seeing like a lot of like police activity. Like, it even, to me, it's kind of a culture shock. I don't know how we got on the topic of police, but like when I first started to drive in Japan, one of the things, because I had to take a class before I was allowed to drive here, and one of the things that they said in like the basically class thing is like if you're driving in Japan and you see the police come up behind you with their lights on, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that they're trying to pull you over, because the police drive around with their lights on, no sirens, they just drive around with their lights on when they're on duty. So that just means they're on patrol. And like if they want you to pull over, like they'll, I don't know, like turn on their siren, somehow indicate for you to pull over. But if they just have their lights on that and they're behind you, that doesn't mean necessarily that they're trying to pull you over. Which that took a long time to get used to. And what else? Salt. Ready. Predict the taste. The other thing is like ambulances here. Like the ambulances still kind of bemuse me because like the ambulances in Japan, like they don't always drive with the siren on either. Like even when they're like responding to something, it seems. And then when they do have the siren is like very quiet. And like I remember one time in Iwakuni, the ambulance went by and like the driver or like the team that's on the ambulance, they had like a megaphone to like help encourage people to get out of the way. And they were basically like excusing themselves, like, excuse me, we're trying to get, through. Thank you for moving out of the way. And I was just like, that is wild. That is really, really different. I've never seen anything like I never experienced. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna cook the vegan chicken on the stove because I don't want to put it in the air fryer because it's gonna mess with the electricity, and it's basically gonna short everything out, which I don't want to have. There's only 3 chicken pieces in here. Ought to be an even number. I'm gonna borrow one from this. Why are these stuck together? Use a paper towel to dry this. Where did I put the oil? It's right here. Boiling over now. Trying to make room. The question is, will 4 pieces fit? I think there's a possibility they will not. We're just gonna go and let that be. I'm rinsing out the plastic because technically you're not supposed to throw away plastic if it's like covered in gooey stuff and it's dirty or whatever. You're not supposed to throw it away, so rinsing that off. I don't even know why my head hurts so badly, but the headache is not fun. Also, I feel like although work is going fairly well at the moment, like I feel like I am like mentally using a lot of different brain muscles. A lot of different brain muscles than I've used in a while. Watch somebody be like, yeah, that's not anatomically correct. I know it's not. Speaking of muscles, I've been going to the gym in the mornings to help myself wake up. Because usually, typically speaking, like if it comes to going to the gym, I'm more of a night person. But I've been enjoying going to the gym in the morning because I feel like it kind of like makes me wake up a little bit. And also it's not so crowded in the morning, which is nice. Yeah, the brain's working at work. But to me, I prefer to go to work and then like actually have to like work hard or like think hard or like do something than go and then it's like, man, how long is this gonna take? Because I've actually had jobs like that where like I went to work and I literally felt like I did nothing all day. And it wasn't even like I just like went to work with the intention of being lazy. It was like for whatever reason work was not busy that day and there was like, okay, I'll go sort the file folder again. All right, I'll go do my training. Wait, all my training's done. I'll take out the trash again. Like, like there's only so many times like you can do certain things. So then it's like you're just at that point out of things to do. My brain be on autopilot just because the autopilot thing is sometimes dangerous though. Like it can be nice in the sense of like you don't even really have to think about some things. You just like automatically just go through the motions. But I feel like if you have any type of job that has to do with safety, autopilot is not good at all. Starts to be a little bit dangerous, I think. Speaking of safety, I've been wearing my heels to work, and I feel like my feet hurt a little bit. It's like a side note, but I feel like this is the painful live stream. Like everything's painful. My head hurts, my feet hurt. But the gym was peaceful this morning. And like usually half the time when I go to the gym, hey, half the time when I go to the gym, like actually there's at least two gyms that I used to go to. My gym now is boring. There's no tea there, like literally no tea. But there's at least two gyms that I used to go to where there was always gym tea for some reason, and like the most random stuff. Like there'd be people like one guy would go to like the weight area and he'd start like lifting weights and he'd just be minding his own business, and then somebody else would come and like get weights 2 times the size of his weights, and then the first guy is like, okay, well, I'm gonna get 3 times the size, and they'll go back and forth for no reason. Sometimes you don't even care no more. That's a Brooklyn talking. Oh no. I'm just so curious about Brooklyn though, because like the way you talk about it, I feel like it might be stressing me out. Because I grew up like, I don't know if I've talked about this a lot on the channel. I feel like I've mentioned that, but I grew up like on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. Like it was not like the city vibe. And I feel like Japan kind of has a little bit of that in like Tokyo and Osaka. Maybe more in Osaka. Cause like the East Coast city vibe, I feel like in the US it's like if you don't if you're not street smart and you're not like, you know, kind of like having your head on the swivel, you'll get eaten up. At least that's my impression. But I feel like when it comes to being street smart, I feel like I just don't got it like that. I'm putting some lemon on this because I think it might taste better with lemon. So that's literally what I'm doing. Hopefully this tastes good because I had a vision in my head of like what it should taste like. I think this dinner this dinner is making me kind of miss Texas, to be completely honest. Like if you've been, no. It's not this oven thingy is like a microwave and then like a miniature regular oven. But like our house doesn't actually have like a regular size oven. In the US, like what you would have like the big old oven that you can put a turkey or cookies in. That's all we got. We also don't have a dishwasher or a washer and dryer, which is why you always see me washing dishes because we don't have a dishwasher. Although today my husband was a gem and did the dishes for me. I really appreciate that. Especially with the headache. I'm trying not to burn my hand. Well, this is already kind of cooled off. I think there's some people that like set up their houses. Yeah, pretty much like a deluxe microwave plus thingy. I think there's some people who set up their houses here in Japan where they have like, no, thank you. What are you doing? Stop. Sorry, guys. Loki decided that he wanted to lick the blinds. I don't know why he's licking the blinds, and I feel like he's gonna make himself throw up or like sneeze like uncontrollably. Yeah. As soon as I went over to him, then like he went like he's gonna lick it one more time, and I kept coming. So then he just like sat down, and now he's just sitting there like he has no idea why he just got in trouble. But the thing is, like Loki of any pet I've ever had has like the most trouble with allergies. So if he keeps on licking it, then the next thing we're gonna hear is like him like there he goes. He's about to sneeze. He's already going like this. Because he doesn't do well with dust. I don't know why he's licking. Boy, if you lick those blinds again, you're getting banned from the hammock. I don't know why he does that. Like sometimes like he'll find some random thing that he likes the texture of and start licking it. More recently, it's been plastic. Do you remember when I told you we had 63 cupcakes the other day? Yes, I do remember. But I feel like my oven is not. We could probably make like maybe 12 of them at a time. There's none left? What? Are you guys gonna make more? Because I definitely have room for a cupcake. Just saying. Just saying. If you guys end up making more cupcakes. I definitely love me some cupcakes. Especially if the frosting is good. I'm really picky with frosting. As a little kid, I used to scrape the frosting off of birthday cakes and pretty much everything. You only took 4 of them. 4 is not too bad. I think that's not too bad. Although I do like a fairly large amount of cooking, like on a daily basis, I'm not really a good baker. Oh yes, buttercream, absolutely. If you guys so happen to make any more cupcakes, I'm down. You know in cartoons when they like tie on the little like napkin and get the knife and fork? And they're just waiting. That's gonna be me. Buttercream is good. I like it because it tastes like real, right? I wish I could magically transport you guys some like Japanese pastries too. Cause there's guys, Loki is trying to get voted off the island. What are you doing? Now he's coughing after licking the blinds. Okay. Okay. Your grandpa does what? Take off the frosting? Come here. You need me to pat your back more? The bib thing? But some people make it look very like elegant and refined, and I feel like if I did it, it would be like more cartoony. But like some people, like I feel like they can actually like give it some finesse feeling. But I think I would be very cartoony about it. But I am down for some cupcakes. Just let me know. Oh, I was gonna tell you guys, there's this bread here in Japan that I'm absolutely obsessed with, and it's like I have to find some and like record it for you. But it comes in like a square shape that's like about this big, and it's like layers and layers of like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like soft, buttery bread, but it's in layers, so it's like almost flaky, but it's soft, so it's not crunchy at all. And you can just like peel the layers off, and every layer feels like there's like extra butter between the layers or something. It's so good. I'm gonna have to find some and record it and show you guys because like my explanation is not doing it justice. But if it wasn't for like blood pressure and cholesterol and all of that, and I could just eat that like whenever I wanted, that might be like my breakfast every day or something. The bread is really good. I have to find like a video or a photo or some way to show you guys. So I have to go to like a pastry shop or something. If I can if I can actually leave the house on the weekend instead of getting caught up on things, maybe I can add that to my to-do list this weekend. We shall see. I feel like dinner is gonna take kind of a while to cook today because the chicken thingies, they're kind of like too many of them in the pot. So they're kind of like stacked. And the potatoes are kind of like just boiling, so it takes forever. Um, I like getting peaches and boiling them and putting sugar on them. That actually sounds really, really good. Here, like, there's all kinds of like fruits that are like candied, and like, I don't know if they boil them first or not, but like, it's basically like fresh fruits, but then they have uh like a sugar glaze on them. I'll have to show you guys that too. But they're really good. It's like candied strawberries and like candied usually it's grapes. What does squid taste like? Have I tasted squid? I tasted squid one time. I tasted squid one time. And it was by accident and it was in the States. It was in the US. So I don't know like how the squid here is. I would assume it's pretty good because I'm vegetarian. I would assume it's pretty good because like here they grill it sometimes with like, I don't know, like a sauce on it. Looks great, smells good. This, you want to leave? Okay, let me let you out. Octopus I've never tasted either. Why are we making alarm sounds? Oh, octopus I've never tasted either, but there's this street food that's really popular here called takoyaki, and it's like these balls. They're like about that big, and they're octopus inside of them. Like it's almost like a pancakey batter, but like savory with like octopus in them. I hated my dad so much last week. I never wanted to talk to him again. Sometimes the people that you care about the most make you the angriest because you have really high standards for them and you feel like they should already know better, like they know you and stuff. I'm not sure of the situation between you and your dad, but I hope things get better or have already gotten better. I feel like I'm just gonna have to read this. I think as a teenager, me and my dad didn't have the best relationship, to be completely honest. But he was grilling and told me to try it. Rub my chin? What do I have on my chin? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's lemon. It's a piece of lemon. Thank you. I appreciate you. See, you guys always be looking out. That's how I know you guys are like the real homies. He was grilling and he told me to try it. He told me it was squirrel. Was it really squirrel? Ain't no way. Ain't no, ain't no way. Have you seen the video? Like it was like viral for a while. It was really squirrel? How do I want to ask for more details? Should I ask? I'm just gonna say that. Should I ask? Because because there's so many questions come to mind. I would be upset too, though. To be 100, I would probably cry. Um, yeah, I haven't eaten meat in a little while. The last time I had anything that was like meat in it was chicken, and that was like an accident because I went to this restaurant by our house called Coco's, and they had chicken in the food, and I didn't know there was chicken because it was like a vegetarian. Was it vegetarian? It was like a French fry thing, and the sauce for the French fries had chicken in it. Which why would you put chicken meat in? Yeah, squirrel meat kind of good. Hold on, have you actually had squirrel meat? Am I the only one? Am I the only one here who's never had? That's what I'm saying. What's going on? What is happening? I need to turn the heat down. Sophie, I don't think he's being 100% serious. It's okay. Like I think we're all just kind of caught off guard by the squirrel thing. Possum is the worst. Yeah, I don't think they look edible to me. Sophie, take care. Mac was just, kikiing. It's okay. We're just kikiing. To me, I'm shocked personally. Like I'm honestly speechless because I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I'm trying to think what is the craziest thing I've ever eaten. and I don't know. What's the wildest thing I ever? Your grandpa made you try it? My grandma, you saying that made me think of when I was little. My grandma used to tell me, so my grandparents, they they didn't they didn't really have like the best situation like early on, but they worked really hard, and so they got to the point where they were able to have tenants. And so my grandmother had this lady that would live with her, and like she paid rent and all of that. And she said the lady wanted her to make her frog legs and snails. And she would always tell us that this lady that used to stay with her always wanted to eat snails. And I could never ever tell if she was being 100% serious. To this day, I couldn't tell you like if it was really like a true story or not. Cause you know, sometimes grandparents just be telling you stuff and you're just like, are you sure? Are you really sure? she she well, the thing that has me suspicious, because some people do eat snails. I do know like some people eat snails as part of like actual food dishes. But my grandma, the reason I don't believe her 100% is because she was saying something about this lady would like go out in the garden like ready with like a fork to go find the snails. And we were just like, Grandma, y'all sure about that? We always called her Nana. We were like, are you sure? But she was really cool. It's a fun memory now, like looking back at it. But I remember just being like, I don't know about that. I don't know if I believe that 100%. What else have I eaten that's really crazy? The squid thing was an accident, and to me, the squid tasted kind of rubbery. And I've had durian before a couple of times, and I think durian is like the wildest vegetarian thing that I've had. And I keep trying to explain how durian tastes to people. I feel like my husband had the chillest response of anybody I've ever seen trying durian. But like durian, to me, this is in my opinion, durian tastes like if you got like a really ripe banana and then like maybe one big piece of fresh garlic and you blended it together. But it's not spicy at all. It just has like that kind of taste. And it also has that kind of smell. Like it smells to me, it smells exactly like banana and garlic. So if anyone is watching this, and even if you watch this back later, so it's not even live anymore, and you watch this and you hear the durian discussion, please comment and let me know if you've tried it, like what you think it tastes like. And if you've never tried it before, I highly recommend you try it at least once, because I feel like it's like an adventurous thing to try, and it's not meat, so like I think probably most people, I mean, even if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can have it. I don't know the allergen information. I've never heard of anybody that's allergic to it either. So, but yeah, I highly recommend everybody tries durian at least once, and like with an open mind, because I feel like it's just one of those fruits that's like super unique. So I tried that. I also have tried Goya or like bitter melon, and I actually really like that, but I don't like it when I cook it. I like it when other people make it. So like the way I used to really like to eat it was like when I lived in Okinawa several years ago. Like people would make it like in scrambled eggs, and it's, how do I describe it? It's kind of like a soursop. I don't think I've tried that, but my husband's mentioned soursop before, but I don't think I've tried it. Sounds so familiar. I wonder if my computer's charged. Let me check, because I feel like he mentioned it. But bitter melon looks like a cucumber or a zucchini, but spiky. And it has a very bitter taste. But in Okinawa, the people that like were cooking it, like when I tried it, was like they made it like actually taste really good. Like the way they cooked it like neutralized some of the bitterness. And it's very good. And apparently it's like super good for you too. Like it has like antioxidants and like it's good for your digestive and all that. So actually, soursop, yes. My husband mentioned this because I showed him durian and he was asking me if it's the same thing because they kind of look a little bit similar. So let me see if I can flip this. Hold on. So this is soursop. Can you guys see kind of? I feel like you can't really see. This is soursop. And then hold on, let me look up durian. Because durian looks kind of similar, but like the spikes are not curved, and I feel like the shape is more round. And also the texture is different. Like I've never had soursop, but you can see from like the photos, like it looks like maybe more appley or like a foamier, like something that I don't know you could be able to bite through with resistance. But durian, like it feels like a lot more soft, like smushy. All right, and then this is durian. They actually look very similar. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that's durian. And then as you can see, like the inside of it is like very like soft and smushy looking. In Thailand we had durian ice cream, which it was actually pretty good. I actually like durian a little bit better in ice cream than just plain durian because I feel like it has such a strong or like unique flavor. It needs something to balance it out, and ice cream worked really well for that. So yeah, I highly recommend everybody as your homework today. Please find some place that would sell. Yeah. Actually, here in this part of the world, like in Asia in general, at least in the countries that I've been to, um, it seems like having like different flavored ice cream is like actually pretty accessible. I don't know about Korea so much because I don't think I ate ice cream at all when I was in Korea. Um, but in Thailand they had so many different flavors of ice cream. In Iwakuni, they had habanero ice cream. They had wasabi ice cream. They had like this shop that had like over 100 different flavors of ice cream, and some of the flavors were like just shocking flavors. Like, why is that a thing? See if I can find. I'll like Google it and see if I can find the place because I don't remember all the flavors they had. And then I've had lavender ice cream out here as well. Iwakuni Castle ice cream because they have like a little stand there and it has like so many different durian ice cream, like chocolate mint. No, no. In what way? There's no way they're similar at all. Like, how do you mean? Are you somebody that like feels like chocolate mint ice cream is a hot take? Because I feel like chocolate mint is like pretty. I don't want to say standard, but it's like most people are like whatever about it. I think. Yeah, my brain said, nope, I'm tired. I'm done for the day. It looks like the ice cream shop is called Shokuji Dokoro Musashi ice cream. Oh, okay. Now I get the reference. They have so many different flavors, but a lot of these are in Japanese. And I could probably figure out what the flavors are, but by the time I read them, it's going to be like, it's going to take me all day. I don't know if they have the English menu posted online. But they had some wild flavors, I'm telling you. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they had cheese or something. Like, they had some really... You never know. You absolutely never know. Because by all intents and purposes, if we're gonna just, like, be 100% real for a second, like, technically speaking, I would be kind of like one of the last people I would expect to end up being in Japan. Because, like I said, I grew up in a small town on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere in the US. So, you never know. And then if you do end up visiting Japan and you can stay for, like, I don't know, at least 2 weeks, I say 2 weeks is, like, enough time to, like, go to Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto just to make sure that you go and you get your own opinion. And those places are, like, popular for a reason. So I wouldn't say totally skip those, but I think everybody who has the time and the money to do so should try and, like, go other places. I think Iwakuni, I think maybe 1 day is enough. And then for Hiroshima's like maybe like an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours away. I think maybe 2 or 3 days for Hiroshima. But for Iwakuni, 1 day should be good. Let me see if I can find the English menu real quick. They don't have it posted online. I can read it. It's just really, really slow. And it's in katakana, which I'm not as good at reading as hiragana. My reading in Japanese has been really slow, but lately I've been working more on my Japanese because, like, I have, like, more incentive because some of my coworkers speak Japanese, and I feel kind of like bad that, like, I can't have, like, a full technical conversation in Japanese. So I'm like, okay, I need to, like, so anytime I have downtime, which is not often, but anytime I have downtime, I'm studying as much as I can. Yep. You never know. You could be like one of those people that's, like, interviewed on, like, one of those, like, you know how, like, there's, like, a lot of, like, reaction content creators in Japan, like, they go around and they... So how did you end up moving to Japan? Can you tell me about how you moved here? Like, you know what I mean? Have you seen those? That could be you, like, in a couple of years. You never know. Because there's so many, like, I feel like right before we moved to Japan, like, everything had shut down. So, like, I didn't see as much stuff about people moving to Japan or, like, life in Japan because I feel like things were a little bit quieter. But we were looking for people that are making content like that. And I found Sunday Love's YouTube channel, which, if you guys have not seen her YouTube channel, I 10 out of 10 recommend her channel. She's someone I've watched for a long time, like a comfort watch YouTube channel. Her stuff is so much fun. It's just very cute and, like, aesthetic, and she's very funny. Anyways, I saw her content and she was talking about, like, life in Japan and her, like, living and working here. And then there's a couple, I don't think they live here anymore. I don't remember what their channel is because they ended up moving back to Canada because I think they wanted to move closer to the guy's family because he had elderly parents, if I remember right. But I remember watching their videos when it came to, like, okay, how do I move, like, a pet to Japan? Anyways, fast forward a couple years, it's become like there's a lot more content with people living out here. when they talk to me, I'm a spam. Arigatou gozaimasu. Well, in the beginning, I think that's like kind of how most people start. Cause like, I don't think, well, I mean, maybe there's some people that are super smart that like pick up a language in like a month or like a couple days or whatever. But I think like just starting out with the basics, like please, thank you, excuse me. I think that's a good start. And I feel like when I first came here, I was very surprised at how like much I felt like if I just said like something very simple in Japanese, but there's the effort was there and it was very evident, like I'm trying my best, but this is all I know. Like I felt like people would go out of their way to like try and reciprocate back the best they could. So what I'm basically saying is, for the most part, my experience in Japan has been like if you try, other people will try too. Not everybody, but most people will try too. And that's how like you're able to get around and not have issues and stuff like that. And learning a little bit about the culture beforehand, I think it helps with some of the basic stuff, but it's nice. Like there's some really cool people out here that's like I'm really glad that I met. And I feel like the more I study Japanese, the easier it is to interact with other people and the more comfortable and confident I feel. Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that like not everybody will tell you what the rules are, because I feel like in the US people will be like, hey, like what are you doing, like why are you doing that, like that's weird, like nobody does it, like this is odd behavior, what are you doing, you know? Okay, I turned it off. But in Japan, I think for the most part, for my experience, I think people don't like point the finger and be like, hey, you're breaking a rule, unless you're just really being like obnoxious, like yelling in the train or something. Like that's super obnoxious. So I think at that point, like you would be clued in, like you are making an of yourself and like everybody just wants you to stop. But some things it's like people are just kind of like giving you the look like, hey, can you please stop? And you kind of have to figure out from there, because like I think for the most part, socially, culturally here, it's not as expected to be like, hey, stop that, you know? Like I think that's kind of like seen as a little bit like rude or like, I don't know, problematic. And I feel like, you know, cussing somebody out is like a little bit more, I don't know, maybe not even cussing somebody out, but like telling somebody like, hey, like stop, is like maybe from a Western standpoint more accepted to some degree. But that's just my opinion from observation. But like for anybody who is like interested in visiting Japan, like I don't think you have to speak Japanese fluently. I don't even think you have to know all the social rules. If you're in doubt, just ask, because like that's kind of how you learn. And I think for the most part, like people that like set out to be problematic, like you see them on social media, like they made it a point to be obnoxious, and that's what's annoying people. Manuel, what's up? Long time no see, my friend. Yeah, even I feel like language barrier and all, like people can tell when you're trying to be rude and when you're trying to be polite. And I've seen like a difference in how that gets you treated in multiple places at this point. Like I feel the same way about having good intentions and just putting good social vibes out. In Japan, in South Korea, and Thailand, it's the same thing. Like just try your best to be polite and kind to people, and usually you'll get what you give. And the people that are just on demon time, like some people are just like that, so avoid. Avoid, avoid, avoid. I'm here always, but I saw that you are online. Ah, yeah. I feel like it's a long time no see. How have you been doing? I should probably remove this because I feel like it's not a good idea to cut it. I'm worried about what will happen if I just cut it with that on there. So that seems like a lot of butter. YOLO. I think I'll split it. I'll put some of it on the vegan chicken and put some of it on the potato. Thank you. I didn't know what I wanted to make when I got home from work. So I was just like, what do I have? And I honestly miss American food at the moment. So this is kind of inspired from the US a little bit. You're eating cornflakes? I could go for some cornflakes, but with soy milk. That would be fantastic. Soy milk or oat milk? You make German food? What did you make? What are you making? You and Ragus at this point have convinced me that I need to visit Germany. But I have no idea when. Like it's not something I think is probably gonna happen soon, but I'm now convinced I have to visit Germany. It must happen. It shall happen. Go to Frankfurt? Why Frankfurt specifically? Why do you recommend Frankfurt? What do you think of where's the place? Stuttgart. What do you think of Stuttgart? Because there's a YouTuber, an American YouTuber. He's there for like ballet, and he dances with the Stuttgart Ballet. I think he stopped posting on YouTube though, unfortunately, because I really liked his channel. But he was living in Stuttgart, and I thought it was really interesting the stuff he was showing. But then I brought Stuttgart up to Ragus, and Ragus was like, "Stuttgart, huh?" But the cool thing about like the fact that like a lot of the people that are on the channel, they live all different places. So I feel like I can learn a lot. Okay, I live 30 kilometers from Frankfurt in Hanu. Oh, okay. That's not too far. So you get maybe more of a relaxed atmosphere in your own town and then super busyness and like city life in Frankfurt. If I can guess, is it like that? Maybe I should put some pepper on this. Some other seasoning. Yeah, that's not bad at all. For me personally, I like to live in more of a countryside place. Like I don't like living in the middle of the big city. It makes me feel nervous, like anxious when there's just too much going on. But I like to be close enough where it's convenient. I'm always here, no money to travel. Well, hopefully that changes for you and you'll be able to travel more. I really hope so. What's up? I'm still cooking. For some reason today I decided to make something that takes forever, so I'm still here. I really should not put more butter in this, but I feel like I need to put more butter in this. Yeah, I definitely hope so. I hope things change for the better. Even for me, like, I feel a little more open to talk about it now because things have gotten better. But things have been at times a little bit, I don't want to say rough. How do I explain it? Living in Japan at times has not been easy. Sometimes it's been complicated or a little bit difficult from the standpoint of finances and from the standpoint of like, we have a life here in Japan, but we also have a life in the States. And sometimes that can be complicated, the two together. And like me not working here, that was also kind of like frustrating because like I have an education, like I have all of these like accolades and experience, but I cannot use it because I cannot easily get into the Japanese economy. So I need to wait for like a job that's like kind of more like what I can do right now. And that took a long time. And now I have my job, which I'm very thankful for, but it took kind of a long time. All of that to say, it's not fun when you're in the situation where you don't want to be and you want to do like travel or do different things and you feel like you can't because at the moment you don't have the money for it. But things for me have gotten a little bit better than they were. So hopefully for you, things will also become better little by little. In 2 countries, yeah. Because physically, we of course live in Japan, but like our family, our friends are in the States, at least some of them. And then on top of that, like we're still technically like as far as like our life in America, we're still technically residents of Texas. We still kind of have some life in Texas. And honestly, I would love to go back and visit just for a little bit because I feel like that would be nice just to like see family and just, you know, check on everything in the States. But yeah, it can make things a little bit complicated when you live overseas and you run into some odd problems. Like maybe you need to like ask a tax question to like the local tax office in your city or your state where you're from. And instead of just making an appointment and then going to the tax office to talk to them, now you have to get up at like 3:00 in the morning and try and make a phone call or send emails back and forth or something. It's just little things like that that can be complicated. Depending on the situation, it can be more or less frustrating. And since a lot of it's complicated and also involves complaining, I don't really talk about it that much on the channel, on the YouTube channel. But I also don't want to make anyone think like, oh, I just live in Japan, life is perfect, I don't have to work, think about money, I'm just wealthy and I'm just like, sitting here enjoying life and doing whatever I want because, I have no worries at all or nothing is ever hard. Because I don't think life works like that for anyone anywhere, But all that to say things can always get better. I think the potatoes are done. Green beans are done. I decided that I would like to add cucumbers as a last minute entry. Vegan chicken appears to be done. Smells done. I wait for better days to come soon. I hope so too. I really hope that for you. I do. I just dropped a cucumber. And another one. You're gonna work on it? I love that. I like that attitude. I like that mentality. Because that's the thing, like even when it's hard and it's discouraging, like you can always do the best that you can to make your situation better. And I know that doesn't always fix it perfectly or fix it quickly, but it can make things better. So I believe in you. I will pray for your situation to improve, and I look forward to hearing that it has. But guys, I think pretty much the food is ready. The green beans, I think I cooked them maybe a little bit too much. And the vegan chicken is done, but it's deep in this pot. And the potatoes are cooked. So I think I'm going to sign off and change out of my work clothes and see if my husband wants to eat and then maybe edit. So I will have to see you guys later. But it's been good to talk with everybody. Manuel, I haven't seen you in a long time. It's Chips, Sophie, and Mac. It's good to talk to you guys too. And everybody who's streaming, who's joining the stream, even the ones who are hanging out and they're not talking because they're either busy or they're shy or they're just lurking. I'll see you guys later too. Take care of yourselves. Bye.